see how you do under pressure. Oh, yeah, I've been wanting this forever. I've been in the field with whatever they throw at me. Brush it off, pick myself up, moving on to the better. Okay, hey. Ain't no errors, baby, it's a new era. I wake up early, feeling rich like I'm Kesha. I get to the paper, boy. Extra, extra. Walk with me, you know that I got it. Come with me, let's take a trip to the islands. We up on the jet, we'll do more than just fly on it. Stand on that hill, you gon' die on it. Boom, boom. Baby, I'm not one of them, you should try on it. Miss me with all that, I'm on to the next. Whip this up, I send you back to your ex. But good luck with that, this is big as it gets. Hey.
Good afternoon all, Andrew, Riddler Reptiles, and we are in a pretty special reptile room, if I'm being completely honest with you, and I am buzzing to show you what's in this room. I am here with Dan Nardini Exotics. What's going on, my friend? Hello.
What's up, boys?
Nice t-shirt.
Yeah, boy.
Let's see the back. Yeah, boy. Yeah, this is a special reptile room, my friends. I'm about to show you all the animals start to finish. You need to bear in mind you will see some tree monitors in some smaller enclosures. That's because they're smaller animals, okay? They're just grow out enclosures, things like that, but some beautiful, beautiful animals. So if you're into tree monitors, Pilbara rock monitors, asper geckos, like the knobtails, flavies, all sorts, stick around because this is one hell of a room, my friends, so let's go. Yes, that is right. So, first up, and whilst they weren't Dan's first reptiles, they were his first species of tree monitor, Varanus macraei, the blue-spotted tree monitor. Found on the island of Batanta in Indonesia, these incredible animals are one of the bigger of the tree monitor species. Dan currently has 3 blues, currently thinking 1 male and 2 females, with the one shown right now being his new addition to the group, the big male. Shout out to Johnny Newman. One of the females made a brief appearance during the day. The other one decided not to play ball at all. But at least this big handsome chap was happy for us to interact with him, especially seeing as he got the lion's share of the locust today. The vibrance and the contrast of the blues and blacks on these animals is absolutely phenomenal. And even though this was filmed on the new camera, no photos or videos can do any of these animals justice. They just have to be seen in person to be appreciated properly. Whilst they're not top of my list, favourite tree monitor species, I can definitely understand why they are for so many people. So with regards to the enclosures, each monitor has its own personal space, but with an opening divider in the top of each one, for when Dan is ready to hopefully start pairing up and getting some beautiful blue babies. Fully decked out with overhead heat, luminized UVB and LEDs, both the animals and the plants are absolutely thriving. These are things that you absolutely love to see. Next up, and something completely different, Varanus gaudiflavirufus, which I hope I've said that right, the sand goanna, an Australian native found around most of the country, but mainly the Northern Territory, Western and Southern Australia. One of, if not Dan's newest additions to the room, well, at the time of recording anyway, you never can tell with Dan. This was very much a first for me, as I've never seen this species in person before, and it was very, very hard to not fall in love straight away. Captive bred by the legend that is Scandinavian goannas, these animals are big, healthy, and have voracious appetites. Whilst they won't become the biggest monitors in the world, they are a very active species, so a big upgrade coming soon for these guys, which will definitely be a really, really cool project. Once again, the hope is for a male and 2 females, but very hard to tell at this point, so let's see. Stick around, follow Dan, see what he's up to, and see what he ends up doing with these just incredible monitors, because the plans he's got for the build and the enclosure it's going to be something quite special. But for now, just enjoy some videos of the animals, I guess. Back to the tree monitors, and we've got Varanus risingeri. Again, please forgive me if I've got that wrong, but these names, they really get me. But anyway, yes, the yellow tree monitor. A species that I initially had a little lower on my personal list, because before seeing them in person, I thought they were too similar to greens, which, if you know me, you know are my favourites. But how wrong I was. A vibrant splash of sunburst yellow laced with beautiful black fishbone-like patterning. These are animals that you could genuinely watch all day. They're found predominantly on Mizul Island in Indonesia. They really are something to behold in person. This beauty came all the way over from Canadian coldblood, along with its sibling, who is in a separate enclosure. This animal shares an enclosure with Dan's first yellow tree, who is now affectionately known as Grello, due to the colours being very close to that of a green tree monitor. But he is still a little legend in his own right. These yellow trees are happy to be tongue-fed and handled within reason. The food-driven attitude really does help you enjoy these monitors up close and personal, so you can really appreciate the colours and the patterns. Absolutely stunning animals. Once again, they will each have individual enclosures. They will be living separately and put together when it's breeding season or there's signs of doing so. At the minute, as you can see, there are two in this enclosure that are getting on pretty famously, to be fair. Absolutely no problems. But yes, they've all got individual enclosures similar to the blues, once again with dividers, separators, but each have their own safe space. Really nice. Once again, luminized LED, UVB, overhead heat, the whole works. If I remember correctly, I think a misting system is on the way for all of these enclosures, but that's going to take it to the next level. But with regards to how it's looking now, absolutely beautiful. Really spot on.
For you, sweetheart. It's all gone.
No more food, lovely.
There's no more. No.
Oh, she likes you.
Yeah.
This is where she does a runner.
Yeah.
Oh, back in the bed.
Oh.
I've got this all on camera as well.
Come on, sweetheart. Off you get. There we go.
Oh,
There we go. Sick.
love it.
A very quick interruption into this video whilst we're appreciating the yellow trees that little bit more. Massive shout out to each and every single one of my patrons. Love you, appreciate you. You really are helping me and this channel to grow every single day. If you want to help me out that little bit more, the link will be in the description to sign up to my Patreon. You will be helping out regardless of how much you are contributing, and it is very much appreciated. Thank you to all of you. Anyway, where were we? Before we get into the last of the tree monitors and the group of Pilbaras, let's take a moment just to appreciate a few of the other different and incredible animals in Dan's room. Starting with these absolutely incredible Agernia depressa, the pygmy spiny-tailed skinks. What looks to be a pair with currently a very chunky female. These amazing animals are so easy to fall in love with, especially when you hear their little squeak as you pick them up. But as you can see, once you have them, they are relatively chilled. Another little lone ranger at the moment is Dan's Aki monitor, who in typical Aki fashion is very happy to be fed and absolutely at ease with being handled. Whilst I am really enjoying my own little Akis, I am looking forward to having one a little bit bigger and happier to be interacted with. And then, how about this for a little squad? 10 stenodactylus or sand dune geckos. Awesome little colony of nocturnal geckos, some of which are gravid. So, fingers crossed. My favourite thing about these guys is the difference in colour. All the same species, but you got the lighter ones, the darker ones, the more brown, the more yellows. I truly think these are a beautiful little species. I don't know if I'd do well with them considering they're nocturnal and I'm in bed by 8 PM. But Dan really enjoys them and it's his room, so that's what's important. Dan also has a trio of pygmy mulga monitors, Varanus gillani. Beautiful little animals. Also currently has a very shy pair of mangrove monitors, Varanus indicus, which when they are out are absolutely stunning animals. The back patterns, the colours, they are a beautiful animal. Just very flighty, very shy, but it is what it is. Dan also has a little stowaway from Jamaica, an anole that made it all the way back to the UK in someone's luggage. And luckily, Dan was able to rescue the little thing and give it a great forever home. It did really fire up in colour from when I got there in the morning to the afternoon. So that was quite cool to see. But yeah, what a lovely, lovely little anole. The last one in the short little features are this pair of Nephrus asper, otherwise known as prickly knob-tailed geckos. Beautiful little pair of geckos, and once again the female is looking chunky, so fingers crossed for some asper babies. But once again, Dan working his magic and has a beautiful little pair of geckos.
Lightning. That was literally like lightning.
Yeah.
Here we go then, my friends. The second to last species in the reptile room. And this incredible group of Pilbara rock monitors, Varanus pilbarensis. Unsurprisingly, found in the Pilbara area of Western Australia, this is another one of those animals where the videos just will not do the colours justice. The reds and the oranges on these monitor lizards in person was absolutely mind-blowing. We really enjoyed this little feeding session with the 3 juvenile monitors because, as you can see, they were absolutely smoking anything that came into eyesight. After chowing down and getting their fill, they soaked up some heat and UV whilst looking like little red rugby balls. These beauties once again came from Canadian cold blood, with hopefully a 1.2, which is 1 male and 2 females for those that don't know, of different bloodlines. On top of the new juveniles, however, there is also this adult that we got to enjoy as well. Dan's first Pilbara, who is showing us that even with age and size, they don't get any less beautiful. I am almost certain that these monitors are on my list for the future because they do stay relatively small but pack a punch with their character and colours. Absolutely amazing animals, and Dan is doing an absolutely incredible job with these little guys. Keep it up, Dan. We cannot wait to see how they get on and hopefully see some baby Pilbara in the future. Let's get it. And here we go then. Last, but by no means least, a species that really caught me off guard with how much I would fall in love with them. Varanus cordensis, the biak tree monitor. Listen, I sound like a broken record, and for that I do sort of apologise, but after Dan sent me photos of these guys, I liked them, but I wasn't blown away. Seeing them in person is just an entirely different experience, and these cordos may very well be second on my list when it comes to favourite tree monitor species. Considering their age and size, they were already quite bold and happy to tongue feed, and so getting to interact with such beautiful animals was such a privilege. Dan, thank you for having me, my friend, and letting me experience such wonderful reptiles. Everyone, please do yourselves a favour and follow Dan on Instagram. His details will be in the description. Let's just enjoy these monitors for a little bit longer before we get to the outro. And there you have it, my friends. Dan, happy with the room so far?
It's a work in progress. Bigger cage for the flabby come in later this year, hopefully in the next month or so, and then I'll have a move around with some of the smaller tree monitors going into bigger cages and stuff like that. But yeah, happy so far.
Lovely stuff. Beautiful room, my friend. Some of your animals are absolutely incredible, but yeah, really nice. Different style reptile room tour for me, this one, because there's not as much talking in between. It's more feeding videos and whatnot, but yeah, really, really nice, mate. Really, really nice. But
Cheers,
thank you for having me.
That's all right.
Been a pleasure. Nice one. Everyone else,
yeah,
please
boy.
like, comment, share, subscribe, all of the good stuff, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace out.